Welcome, Mid-Missouri, to the August edition of Making a Difference. Our guest tonight, Jerry Blaze, the president of the Columbia Sunrise Southwest Rotary Club. Did I get that right?
You did.
Wow, what a mouthful. And Don Blaze, a Rotarian.
Yes, Don Van Meter.
Don Van Meter.
Yes.
A Rotarian with the Columbia Southwest
Sunrise, yes.
Rotary Club.
It is a mouthful.
Gentlemen, welcome. We appreciate you taking the time to be with us tonight. Now you realize we reach millions of people with this program. Do you realize that?
I was not aware.
Well, we don't really, Don. But you know, it sounds good. It sounds good.
Yeah.
Gentlemen, what are we going to talk about tonight?
Well, we're definitely going to talk about an event that we have coming up for our Rotary Club, one of our fundraisers, our primary fundraiser this year, as a matter of fact, that's going to happen on August 16th. It's called the Columbia Sunrise Southwest Kickoff Cook-Off, if you want to talk about a mouthful there. And then we might talk a little bit about Rotary International and what a Rotarian does and kind of what we do in the community.
Don, are you ready?
I'm ready to go.
Okay, now Don.
Yes.
What's that event again?
It's the Columbia Sunrise Southwest Kickoff Cook-Off. I've said it a whole lot of times.
I'll tell you what, you guys impress me.
It's a tongue twister.
You know, but first, tell our viewers a little bit about the Rotary Club.
Well, our Rotary Club was started kind of seeded from another Rotary Club in town. There are currently, including our club, 5 Rotary Clubs. So our club was chartered in February 2008, and I am the 8th president of our Rotary Club, and I couldn't be more proud to hold that position. Great. It's very exciting, and I'm honored to be able to do that. And for a town the size of Columbia to have 5 Rotary Clubs and also a Rotaract Club, which is Rotary's arm to work with young professional types that are not quite old enough to be in Rotary. And then we also have an Interact Club, which works with high schools. Okay. So for that kind of Rotary presence to be in a relatively small town like Columbia is pretty impressive. I mean, we're definitely kind of a Rotary town. So it's pretty exciting. It's pretty exciting.
You know, that is neat. Now, how, if you guys are relatively new, a new charter in Rotary, how old is the oldest chapter?
It's over 100 years.
Is it?
Yeah.
I think is it downtown?
It's downtown.
The downtown club, I want to say, is the oldest one.
And I think if you go to their website, it tells you it's like right at 100 years now. And it's...
How cool is that?
Right. I mean, the organization itself is just, what, a little over 110 years old, 120 years old, right?
I believe that's correct.
Yeah, and so for us to be a community of our size, especially at that time, much smaller, to have active citizenship who were interested in doing things both locally and internationally is an impressive and something I think Columbia should tout how well and how active our citizenship is.
Now, Don, be honest.
Yep.
How good has Jerry been as president?
Don't ask him to be honest.
No.
Well, in all fairness, our Rotary...
We, the people, need to know.
Our Rotary year starts in July, and so it's been a very short time that Jerry's been in the lead, but so far, so good. We're moving head first into this new event, trying to drum up some interest, trying to make sure that people are a little more knowledgeable of what we do and how we can help, and see if there's something maybe we're missing that we don't know of that needs that we can help.
So are you saying that he hasn't been in charge long enough to really hurt anything?
That's exactly the line I would use.
I haven't crashed the ship yet.
You know, for some reason, I'm not believing that there's going to be any crash here. I'm just telling you.
We can only hope.
No. You're going to move forward and you're going to do great things. Now, Jerry, what's the mission of the Rotary Club?
Rotary is an international organization, first of all. So it's Rotary International, and Rotary International is broken down into 34,000 clubs around the globe. Okay. Rotary's chief motto is service above self. We're primarily a service organization, that's what we do. Rotary has lots of different arms, and they do lots of different things and touch lots of different lives. But if you want to try and boil it down to its core, you're really talking about business leaders, up-and-coming people in the business community, people that care about their communities getting together. We meet once a week over a meal. Most clubs do meet over a meal once a week. We meet for fellowship. We meet to exchange ideas, and we take those ideas and we try and affect our communities locally and internationally and do good. And that's kind of what it boils down to.
Selfless service. Man,
Service
that's,
above self.
I kind of like that concept myself. Don, what brought you to Rotary?
Oh man, that's a long story.
We only
This is only 30
no,
minutes.
it's only
long.
30
We only
minutes,
got
30 minutes,
abbreviate.
right?
And we still got to talk about a pretty fantastic fundraiser here.
Yeah, long story short, I was involved in a couple of chamber events and met a couple individuals who are part of the Sunrise Southwest Club. They found I guess, some value in me, asked me to kind of come and attend. I attended some meetings. I like the club. I've been to a couple others. I really like our club. It's very active, very engaged. We have 50 members, 52 members now. I would tell you most mornings we have 40 to 45 members show up for breakfast. That's an engaged club. When we put together events like what we're talking about today, or when we do things like the little library project that we've started up, it's pretty evident to see the passion some of these people have, and it's contagious.
Yeah.
Well, other people saw great things in you to invite you back.
I would like to think so.
What did you see in the Rotary Club that made you want to be a member?
Well, as Jerry said, it's service above self, and it was interesting to me to see how many people all had the same common mission and how they could unify themselves to make something positive happen locally. And it's not just local. I think that's sometimes what gets caught up. But things, Jerry in particular brought together a project where he's working with a Rotary president from the fourth largest club in the world.
The fourth largest Rotary club in the world in India.
How many members? I'm just curious.
I want to say that they have about 420 members total, and our club has 50. And that was a pretty interesting project that we're embarking on this upcoming year. And it's one of Rotary's missions is literacy and promoting education, especially among children. And we are working with this club in India to provide school benches for the children that actually the majority of the children in this particular region of India, when they go to school, they sit on the ground. And when they have to write, there's no desk, there's nothing for them to sit on. So this is actually an international partnership where we're going to try and pool together with some clubs and actually build some benches together with this club, 1,000 benches for these kids to sit three per bench, so they can actually focus on the learning as opposed to trying to figure out what is that crawling around on the ground. So it's pretty worthwhile stuff. We're pretty excited about it.
I think I'd have a problem learning as well.
Yeah.
Sitting on the ground.
Yeah. So it's pretty tough. One of the things that I just wanted to quickly mention about our club, and this is one of the amazing reasons that we even get Don to show up, is our club meets at 6:45 every morning on Thursdays. A.M. We meet at 6:45 a.m. every Thursday morning. And
whose idea is that?
I think that was one of the founding fathers, Neil Riley's idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's way over my skis.
Well, it does say sunrise.
Yeah, that's exactly right. So one of the things is, first of all, you've got to be committed to get out of bed.
do.
We've got our past president, Don Schellebarger, came from Mexico, Missouri. She had to get up at 4 o'clock in the morning to be by the time she got there. So our club, we're a young club. We're very energetic, and you got to be committed. 6:45, you got to be ready. You got to be strapped up. Absolutely.
Now, as the president, are you squared away at 6:45 in the morning?
Oh yeah,
You have the gavel. You're ready to bring everything to order.
fully suited up.
And of course, all the Rotarians are in their seat and ready to go.
I don't know about that. There's a couple people that need to be controlled, but generally they're okay.
We're an eager group. Seriously, you show up at 6:45 in the morning. I promise you, by the time we adjourn at 8, you're ready to take on the day.
You're ready to go.
That's neat, guys, to hear you say that, because not everyone gets to live a passion like that. I told you I'm involved with education to a degree, and I always ask young people, what's your passion? Because if you're not passionate about something, you're not going to do the very best you possibly can.
Agreed.
And it sounds like your members are passionate about the Rotarian mission.
Yeah,
That's pretty neat. Tell me about your big kickoff tailgate. You say it.
Okay, I'll say it. We'll just start from the beginning. On August 16th, which is a Saturday, from 2 to 6 p.m. at the Parkade Event Center on the business loop next to Mosier's, we are having the first annual Columbia Sunrise Southwest Kickoff Cook-Off event.
The first annual.
Kickoff. Did I switch it
Now,
around?
now Don does.
Kickoff, cook-off.
You're
Kickoff,
the
cook-off.
president.
Kickoff, cook-off. It's hard to get it all out. I mean, it's hard.
Okay, the Columbia Sunrise Southwest Kickoff Cook-Off.
Yeah.
That's exactly right.
Tailgate style party.
That's exactly right. And I'm going to just really super quickly, because I know I don't want to run out of time, but I want to make sure that people understand kind of how this event evolved. When I first joined Rotary, this is my first Rotary club. I've only been a Rotarian in this club. One of the reasons that I joined Rotary was to be able to give back internationally. Like we talked about a little bit before, I'm from Haiti.
From Haiti.
I still have family in Haiti, and if you know anything about Haiti or followed anything that has happened in Haiti recently or even over the last 5 or 10 years, Haiti's been hit with a variety of natural disasters, economic disasters, the earthquake. Rotary provided me an avenue to give back to my country and to be able to help, something that I've always wanted to do. The way that this event kind of started is we used to do what was called the tailgate for Haiti. And essentially, I would just kind of throw a party at one of the Tiger games, and we would actually have people come and donate, and it would be kind of a fundraiser we would take all the funds and we would donate it to Partners in Health, which is Paul Farmer's organization that works with women and children's health and clean water and cholera and those types of things in central rural Haiti. We used to do that every year, and it just kept growing and growing and growing. And we kind of reached a ceiling and realized that we were going to need to kind of change the model of this event for a couple reasons. One, to keep it sustainable, and two, to really be able to realize its potential as far as growth. So the Kickoff Cook-Off is the first year of this new business model, so to speak, event model that we're doing. This is our #1 main fundraiser for the entire year. This fundraiser will help fund all the community service internationally, locally, and all the good that we do for our club. All the proceeds will go towards those initiatives. And essentially what it boils down to is that there will be teams, different businesses are going to put up teams. Each team is going to be paired with a local restaurant, okay?
Okay.
So now if you are a member of the public and you buy one of these tickets, you get to show up to the Parkade Event Center on the 16th from 2 to 6, and you will get the opportunity to go from booth to booth, and there'll be a bunch of different tailgates, and there'll be lots of different football-themed kind of fun and games.
Depending on the business
Depending on the business partner,
Okay.
you'll get the opportunity to sample food from each different restaurant. So you can try, I think we have 12 restaurants affiliated with this.
That's right.
So you'll have the opportunity to sample 12 different restaurants' food. There's also the opportunity, if you come, to win unbelievable door prizes, including a 42-inch flat screen TV
Get out of here.
and also a fully catered tailgate
Fully catered.
for 50 people. Provided
Meat, sides, you choose the
whole-
date.
The whole,
my
the whole 9 yards, provided by one of our great sponsors, U.S. Bank.
Yes.
And there's going to be, it's going to be a great time. It's just going to happen during the day. It's not going to be football season yet, so there won't be a whole lot of conflicts with trying to go to the game. And it's all for a really great cause, and it's going to be a really great time.
How many businesses are partnered?
I think that we have 13 businesses.
Yes.
This is the first annual.
Mm-hmm.
So what kind of growth can we expect for next year?
Oh boy, it's of course, since it's the first one, it's a little
Let's
bit.
try
It's tough to say.
100% growth.
Yeah,
Let's
I'd like to see.
mobilize
I'd like to see
Columbia
us double.
businesses and double business participation in this. We have restaurants everywhere in
Yes.
this
Everywhere.
town.
And we've had some great ones who came in to donate the food for this.
Yeah.
You're talking about Addison's and Sophia's.
Good,
You've got
good.
Blue,
Kostaki's, Culinary Adventures from inside Columbia.
Jose Jalapenos,
Jose
which will be an interesting
Jalapenos.
take, maybe
Yep.
on some standard tailgate.
Yeah.
Where can people go to buy a ticket?
People can contact our Rotary Club, which is, you can easily do that. One thing that I would tell you, probably the easiest way to get the event and to be able to see the links to buy the tickets online or to find one of our club members to contact is through our Facebook page, which you would just go to Columbia Sunrise Southwest Rotary on Facebook, or you can go to Bud Light Presents the Sunrise Southwest Kickoff Cook-Off on Facebook. and that would be a great opportunity for you to reach a club member, and a club member would be happy to sell you a ticket, or I would be happy to sell you a ticket. And I'm very easily reachable at KOMU TV.
Or as Jerry mentioned, you can always stop by at 6:45 in the morning.
That's exactly
and
right.
have breakfast with us and pick up a ticket when you're there.
That's exactly right. We're at the Country Club of Missouri.
What are you trying to do? Embarrass me?
No, I'm giving options. I'm just giving options.
That is great, guys. What can the community do to help you grow this project?
Buy a ticket.
Attend.
Attend. That's exactly right.
I mean, we're going to have everything at this that you could possibly imagine. I know some of the teams I've talked to have full-on regalia with costumes, and I mean, some of the restaurants are just crazy. You're going to have gift certificates thrown out there. You're going to have prizes on the hour for some of these booths. We're going to have a 50-50 raffle, so I don't think we have an exact science to it yet, but $1 will get you a ticket, or $5 will get you maybe like the length of your arm, and $10 will get you your height. Like we want to make sure that it's fun for family and kids.
You know, and that's the key. Be spontaneous.
Yeah.
Make it fun for everybody.
Yeah, it's going to be a really, really good time.
And it's going to be at the Parkade Plaza?
The Parkade Event Center. It's what Parkade Plaza
Sure.
is.
Inside or on the parking lot?
It's going to be inside, fully air conditioned.
Yeah.
There will be beverages available. We'll just put it that way. And we encourage everybody to come. There's going to be stuff for the kids to do.
Yep.
Bring your kids, bring all your
Family
family.
affair.
Family friendly.
Bring
Absolutely.
everybody.
It's going to be a great time, and it is for a
Wow.
really good cause.
Now, do kids, let's see, a ticket will cost you what, $10?
$20 in advance, $25 at the door.
Okay.
Children 12 and under pay $10.
Okay.
And we will, like I said, we're relatively easy to find. So we'd be happy to see you. But if you want to come and you can't quite locate us, just come to the Parkade Event Center at 2 o'clock on the 16th of August, and we'll be happy to sell you a ticket then.
Now, people should also know you guys are a 501c3.
Right.
You're a not-for-profit.
Right.
And it's very important. The proceeds from events like this go to what?
Some of the organizations and agencies locally that we've worked with are like Boys and Girls Club, Big Brothers Big Sisters,
Douglas High School.
Douglas High School.
One of our more active members
Yep.
has just a huge passion for Douglas and what. We all know that they have some challenges there, and his ability to kind of motivate our team to get some mentors out there to do some coaching with these individuals
Really?
to kind of help. We've planted some gardens, and we've done some actual activities. That we've started to establish some recurrent, and we've seen some growth. I think.
Absolutely.
I think Don's a huge fan of, of what we've seen. I know it's a passion that he has.
Yeah, and that Douglas School project is actually a project that all 5 Rotary clubs have collaborated on in the past, and and that's something that is really powerful. The 5 clubs are starting to look more towards collaboration to do group events together, because even though we've got 5 separate Rotary clubs, the mission is still the same. It's
One
still
single mission.
It's still
Right.
service above self, and it's still the main drives of
Strength
Rotary.
in numbers, man.
Yeah, so that's something that we're trying to move towards. But we do work with some international organizations as far as we talked about the project in India. We've talked about projects in Haiti, but we do quite a bit locally, and we like to try and make sure that our local organizations and the local needs for our community are taken care of, because this is a great community and we love to support it. So.
You have to have community support. You've got to have it.
Yeah.
What else is on the horizon for you?
Ooh, man.
Let me ask somebody that knows something about. I know you're new. You're a new president. Doc. What do you see happening in the future? What would you like to see?
I'd like to see this event get enough support that it unifies all the clubs. It takes all 500 and some members we have of Rotary in Columbia to run this to run this event.
Wouldn't that be neat?
There's an event that similar model in Springfield that is just crazy. What and how it takes, and I mean, you've got 200 different booths participating in it. It takes.
wow.
I mean, you've got people who have to orchestrate parking. You have people who have to handle every facet of this event because of the size, and what they raise and what they can do in their community is astounding. And this is this is our kickoff. to try
Sure.
something like that.
It's first year.
First year, and we see some growth, and we can make some sustainable moves.
The Springfield event, I'm sure that it's everybody knows about it.
Yep.
Everybody puts it on their
Yep.
calendar. It is a community event.
That's correct.
There's no reason this can't be the same way.
We would like to think so.
Sure.
This, for a first year event, there's some bugs that are going to need to be worked out. And a Rotarian that I respect a ton, that I was recently talking to about this event and was getting some of his counsel, said, the thing that you have to promise yourself with the first year event is that there's going to be a second one. The first annual, don't quit. Please, your number one goal should be whatever happens with the first annual, there's going to be a second annual,
It's
because
going to be bigger.
Yeah.
It's going to be better.
there's going to be some stuff that needs to be worked out, and it's a learning experience. But I still think that through this initial learning experience, that we can have a great event and make a huge impact.
Sure. The Rotary Club. I just don't know that much about the Rotary Club, and I'm not sure that I'm really any different than a lot of Columbians.
Sure.
Give me some more insight here of what you're involved with as an organization. We were talking earlier about polio.
Correct.
I thought I knew a little bit about polio, but you told me that
Rotary's, when you talk about Rotary internationally, the thing that Rotary is most known for is the eradication of polio. Rotary is, like I kind of said before, to use the term, kind of hung their hat on that peg, because a lot of what Rotary does focuses on clean water and health and infant mortality and protecting disease prevention. And so all those things are wrapped up with the whole polio issue. And like we were talking before, we're down to 3 countries now that regular polio outbreaks or trackable outbreaks exist, and they're
those
all
3
three,
countries down.
Afghanistan, Pakistan, and Nigeria.
Outstanding.
all 3 war-torn countries, unfortunately,
Isn't it
where the
sad?
people that do the immunizations can't get through safely to the children. Recently, India was certified to be polio-free, which is unbelievable. I mean, huge.
Based on the environment
Yeah.
that you find yourself in.
And the populations and the different things that happen in India. So that continues to occur. Bill Gates is one of the huge benefactors of Rotary and has his own foundation that he matches polio, we call it Polio Plus funds, or the funds that are specifically raised by the foundation. Rotary has a foundation, which is the charitable arm, raises funds for Polio Plus to do international vaccines, and Bill Gates Foundation matches those funds. And it's a huge initiative, and actually I'm going to do this. This is kind of cheesy, but it's true. The kind of the motto is that we're this close. And you'll see all the time when you see a Rotary commercial, you'll see relatively famous people internationally saying we're this close. And that's true. We're 3 countries away from eliminating it from the...
Do you think that was cheesy?
No, not at all.
No.
I actually almost did it myself. No, I
glad
think
I beat
that's
you to
something that's important.
I think it's a great message.
This is not something we started 3 years ago. This is something that's been at the forefront of what we've been trying to accomplish for years.
Yeah.
And it's a consistent message. And I don't think you understand what it means to a lot of members to see something like last November when we had India removed. It was a moment for the club. Like we talked about it. And it's pretty chilling to think about. That the $20 a month that you give can help save lives in a country you may never visit.
That's exactly right. We've actually even had polio survivors come and speak with our club and share their stories about how they've lost entire members of their sections of their family to a disease that is now almost
We
wiped
don't
out.
even think of it
Yeah.
as,
Right.
as a nation.
Yeah.
It's not even on our dining room table agenda.
Yeah.
We just don't.
It'd be hard pressed to find most people who have a grandparent who had polio at this point. Someone in the 40s. The grandma or grandpa maybe had something.
Yeah. So Rotary has had a lot to do with that, but we still have some work to do.
Guys, we have about a minute and a half left. It's time to get real cheesy. Mr. President,
Yes, sir.
get real cheesy and tell the world.
Is this where I need to be holding up?
Millions of fans out there.
I got
Millions
millions
of viewers.
millions of fans out there that need to know that the Sunrise Southwest Kickoff Cook-Off, this event on August 16th from 2 to 6 is going to be a great time. And all the things that we've talked about here today, as far as polio, clean water, providing school benches for kids around the world, literacy. All those are funded by these types of events, and we need people's help to come. All you got to do is show up. We'll make sure you have a good time, and you can go home feeling full of great food and realizing that you've actually done something to make a difference in your community locally and internationally. And that's a big deal.
Man, I'm thinking about the fellowship. Wow. How cool would it be just to come out and hang out with some really awesome
Especially to
folks?
hang out with this.
Hang out with the Don.
I mean, that's worth 20
know
bucks right
it.
there.
Right, I do
Oh,
charge
yeah.
individual prices aside from ticket sales.
Yeah, we'll talk about the president later, but to hang out with the Donster, man.
Seriously.
Is that not
That's
awesome?
worth 20 bucks
and
right
talk
there.
banking
Yeah.
Yeah,
for
that-
hours.
I mean,
Talk
there-
about spreadsheets.
Okay,
there's
don't
nothing
scare
more
'em off
fascinating
now.
than how to do math, right?
Don't scare them off now. Don't scare them off. We want them to come.
Gentlemen,
Yes.
listen,
Thank you so much for your time,
Thank you so
Mark.
much for coming in to
appreciate it.
visit.
Thank you very much, Mark.
And good luck on this. Again, that date is
August 16th,
Parquet Plaza.
Saturday from 2 to 6 p.m.
Be there or be square.
It'll be the event of the season.
This is the first annual.
That's right.
Thank you all.